Welcome to the Automated Daily Space News Edition, the podcast created by generative AI. Tonight, the moon is slipping into Earth's shadow, the sun is preparing to stir up geomagnetic storms, and some of the biggest questions in astronomy, from alien megastructures to the hearts of galaxies, are getting fresh answers. Here's your late August 2026 roundup from across the space world. This episode is brought to you by SurveyMonkey. Don't just know what happened, know why. SurveyMonkey can help you unlock insights by combining feedback with operational data to get vital context. Find the link in the episode notes. First up, skywatchers are preparing for one of the most dramatic lunar events of the decade, the deep partial lunar eclipse of August 27th through 28th. At maximum eclipse, about 96.3% of the moon's disk will be inside Earth's umbra, making it look remarkably close to a total eclipse. Viewers across most of North and South America, along with parts of Western Europe and Western Africa, should get a strong show, with the shadowed portion expected to take on the familiar copper-red tones caused by sunlight filtering through Earth's atmosphere. This eclipse is more than just a beautiful night sky event. Scientists can use the changing brightness and color across the moon to study how Earth's atmosphere scatters and transmits light, and infrared observations can reveal how different parts of the lunar surface cool as they lose sunlight. For educators and amateur astronomers, it's also an ideal public event, easy to observe without special equipment, rich in teachable orbital geometry, and perfect for photography and citizen science. At nearly the same time, space weather is ramping up. The U.S. Space Weather Prediction Center has issued a G1 minor geomagnetic storm watch for August 27th from a coronal hole high-speed stream, followed by a G2 moderate storm watch for August 28th, tied to coronal mass ejections that left the sun on August 25th. That combination could bring stronger than usual auroras, especially at high latitudes, and maybe even expand visibility farther south than normal. These forecasts matter well beyond aurora chasing. G1 and G2 storms can increase drag on low Earth orbit satellites, disrupt high-frequency radio communications, and create stress on power systems through geomagnetically induced currents. They also give researchers a valuable chance to compare how different solar drivers, fast solar wind streams versus CMEs, shape Earth's magnetosphere and ionosphere in real time. On the mission front, NASA's Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope is moving through final pre-launch preparations ahead of its scheduled August 30th launch. Roman is designed as a major space observatory for wide-field surveys, with science goals spanning dark energy, dark matter, galaxy evolution, and exoplanet demographics. In short, it is poised to become one of NASA's most important astronomy missions of the decade. Commercial launch activity remains just as intense. SpaceX has flown another Starlink mission using a Falcon first stage on its record-breaking 37th flight, while a separate launch added 27 more Starlink satellites from California's Central Coast. These milestones show how far rocket reusability has come, but they also sharpen broader concerns about congestion in low Earth orbit, collision avoidance, and the long-term impact of mega-constellations on both astronomy and space governance.
Another closely watched program is Dream Chaser, the lifting body cargo spaceplane planned to launch on United Launch Alliance's Vulcan rocket. Its first cargo resupply mission profile has shifted, with the latest updates indicating a free-flying low Earth orbit mission and a timeline no earlier than late 2026. Even with schedule changes, Dream Chaser remains important because it could expand reusable cargo transport options and reintroduce runway-style spacecraft recovery to routine orbital operations. Meanwhile, aboard the International Space Station, astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon recently completed a spacewalk to prepare the station's 3B power channel for future rollout solar array installations. Those upgrades are meant to boost station power and support future operational needs, including eventual deorbit planning. It's a reminder that even after decades in orbit, the ISS is still being actively modified to stay useful and safe. In deep space science, the James Webb Space Telescope has helped rule out two recently proposed Dyson Sphere candidates. That's a notable result for technosignature research because it shows how powerful infrared observations can separate speculative claims from ordinary astrophysics like dust and unusual stellar environments. It's not evidence against the broader search for extraterrestrial technology, but it is a strong case for careful follow-up before sensational conclusions are drawn. There is also fresh momentum behind new ways to study the very early universe and nearby exoplanets. One small UK-developed satellite concept aims to probe the cosmic dark ages, the era before the first stars lit up, likely by targeting the faint red-shifted hydrogen signal from that epoch. Another proposal would pair an orbital star shade with giant ground-based telescopes, potentially improving our ability to directly image Earth-sized worlds around nearby stars and study their atmospheres. A different kind of breakthrough is coming from galaxy simulations. Researchers at the Leibniz Institute for Astrophysics Potsdam report that nuclear star clusters and nuclear stellar disks in galactic centers appear to grow together, driven by gas funneling inward along stellar bars and by the accretion of star clusters. That result matters for understanding not just distant barred galaxies, but also the history of our own Milky Way's crowded and complex center around Sagittarius A star. And finally, for observers looking for a quieter target between eclipses and auroras, Barnard's star is getting some attention in late August sky guides. The nearby red dwarf, famous for its high proper motion and status as one of the sun's closest stellar neighbors, can be found in Ophiuchus with some help from reference stars and modest optics. It's a nice reminder that alongside headline-making missions and cosmic-scale theories, astronomy still thrives on simply stepping outside and finding a nearby star for yourself. Thanks to our sponsor, Stock MVP. Stock MVP helps you invest like the pros using data-driven insights. Find the link in the episode notes. That's all for today's Space News edition of the Automated Daily. From eclipses and auroras to launch pads and galactic hearts, late August 2026 is proving that every layer of the cosmos is active at once. Join us next time for more AI-generated updates from above and beyond.